Today we're going to talk about volume of a triangular prism. It's very similar to rectangular prism with one little difference. Also, if you haven't got this notebook yet, it's super cool. It has fun stuff. Look, it's surface area of sphere. We did that. You know, a lot of good stuff. So if you're wanting some cool maths notebooks, this is a good notebook to have. I got it at Costco. Anyway, let's start with our volume of a triangular prism. Alright, so a triangular prism is basically like a rectangular prism cut in half. Imagine that this rectangular prism is a big cube. You can kind of imagine that right now. So you just cut that in half, and that's where we get the volume of the triangular prism. Okay, and there's two different formulas you can use. It's up to you which way you'd like to use it. This first one right here, we just take our length, our width, and our height, and we divide it by 2. So we take our length, width, and height, multiply those together, and then cut it in half. All right? And then with this second one, what you're going to do is take half of the first one, so half of the length, and then multiply that by the width and the height. So you can use either or formula, whichever suits your fancy. And you'll see them if you're looking at other videos in different ways as well, so that's why I wanted to show it. Also, key to note that your answer is always cubed. So if it's 15 feet, it's 15 feet cubed. All right, because you have 3 dimensions. Okay, let's get into some examples here. Okay, so our first example, we've got a triangular prism, and we're going to take our length, our width, and our height and multiply that together. So our first one is our length. Okay, so our length is 10. So we put that in our first blank. I always want you to write the formula right above just so that you can use it. So 10 is our first length. And then our width. So our width, we look at our example, that is our width. And that's going to be 18, so we plug that in right here. All right, and then we have our height. So our height is 5. Okay, then you can grab your handy dandy calculator if you'd like, or if you like to multiply it out and divide by 2, go for it. You can pause the video right now and try and see if you can beat the calculator. I'm going to put some arrows down here. Make sure we know where we're getting all of our information. Okay, so if I put the first 3, length, width, and height in the calculator, 10 times 18 times 5, that equals 900. So this first portion is 900. And then we're going to divide by 2. So we take that 900, divide by 2, and our answer is going to be 450. If I look back here, it says feet. So it'd be feet cubed. Okay, so that is the answer to our first problem. Again, you can pause the video at any time if you think I'm going too fast. Pause the video and kind of look at what you need. If you need to, get your IXL on one portion of the screen and then this video on the other portion of the screen, and you can kind of look back at these while you're going through the IXLs. Okay, the next problem. We're going to try that second equation. If you'd like to do it that way, you can. You do not have to, but it's possible if you would like to. So, we're going to plug in the things we don't know. So our length is the first one. Our length is 6. Let's see if this works. Of course, it's not going to. Our length is 6. Sorry, it's not the same color. You can deal with it. Okay, our width is 5. Look at our width. Plug that in as 5. And then our height is 10. Our height is 10. Okay, and now for this one, what's different is you just take half of the first thing. So you're multiplying this first number by half, or dividing by 2. It's the same thing, multiplying by half or dividing by 2. It's the same. They're twins. Okay, so 6 times 1/2, or 6 divided by 2, is 3. So it's going to be 3 times 5 times 10. All right, so I know that 5, there we go. I know that 5 times 10 is 50. And that 50 times 3 is, I think of half dollars. Those 3 half dollars, that would be 150. And 150 inches cubed. All right. Also, if you put that into the calculator, you're going to get 3 times 5 times 10, that's 150. And if you want to use the first equation, you can see it's the same. So 6 times 5 times 10 divided by 2 is 150. So 6 times 10 times 5, if I'm using the first equation on the second problem, is still the same thing. All right, if you have any questions, please watch the video first again and pause where you don't know, and then make sure you have questions for me. Comment below if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.